Day 3 of my Star Wars series continues with the third prequel and the sixth and final episode in the Star Wars saga. That's right, it is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and one thing. I actually think Revenge of the Sith is a good prequel, but is it as good as the original three movies? No, but is it better than the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones? Yes, and yes, this review will contain spoilers, so you have been warned. Okay, so oh yeah, and here's a fact for you: Revenge of the Sith was the first Star Wars movie to get a PG-13 rating. All the other movies are PG, and Force Awakens is the second one to get a PG-13 rating. So yeah, Force Awakens is. I mean, wrong movie. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is a pretty intense movie. And okay, so Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, starts off with Anakin and Obi-Wan in a Clone Wars battle. It's been so long since I've seen it. I'm sorry, and it's taking place 3 years after the events of Attack of the Clones, and the CGI in this is actually a lot better than the other two prequels. The CGI in the other movies were, I mean, in the other two prequels were dated and garbage. The special effects in the original movies were amazing though, and they still are. But anyway, and this is the movie where we finally see Anakin turn to the dark side. This is the movie that every Star Wars fan has been drooling about, and one of my favorite scenes in this movie is R2D2, and he comes across these two droids, and and one of the droids says something mean about him, and R2D2 like goes crazy and burns them all with oil and fire, and they all explode. And yeah, it was a pretty cool scene. And and Anakin and Obi Wan finally meet Count Dooku, who is who is played by Christopher Lee. Is so sad what happened to him. He passed away back in June, I think. Was it June? Yeah, I think so. And Anakin, you can tell that this is PG-13 by what he does to him. He takes two lightsabers, and Emperor Palpatine. He has that evil Emperor voice in his system. Like he says, "Do it" to Anakin, and Anakin gets the two lightsabers and decap. I can't talk, and decapitates him. And yeah, it's a pretty dark scene. And and Anakin and Obi Wan go back to Naboo, I think. Is it Naboo? Shoot. Yeah, I think it's Naboo. Where Anakin meets Padme again, and Padme has a nightmare where she actually no, it's Anakin's. Sorry about that. Anakin has a nightmare where he envisions what's gonna happen to Padme, like she's gonna die, and kills him, but Anakin thinks it's all just a dream. It's not gonna happen. But wait, and what else happens? It's been so long since I've seen this movie, and uh, there's I'm gonna get to the last act of the movie because I forgot half of the second act. So sorry, and uh uh what? Oh yeah, uh they're just seeing where it's dark. Like it's definitely PG-13. They're just seeing where Anakin goes to the Jedi Academy. All these British kids are hiding, and they all act. This is the best I could do. This is what they actually say. Master Anakin, there's too many of them. Whatever shall we do? I think that's what one of the kids say. I'm not sure. It's been so long. And Anakin pops his lightsaber. They don't show what he did to the kids because if they showed you what happened, it will be rated R. But you see the aftermath of the bodies are all on the ground. You know, for kids. It's a family picture. Come on. It's Star Wars. It's a family picture. But anyway, there's a scene where Anakin goes to this volcano place, planet. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention before that. Samuel L. Jackson died by Emperor Palpatine because you know the electricity that comes out of his fingers. It shocked him, so his face got all deformed, and it's really creepy. And there's a pretty sweet scene where he's having a battle with Yoda, and all things are trying to smash Yoda, and it was a pretty cool scene actually. And there's a scene, the best part in the entire movie, hands down, was when Anakin and Obi-Wan finally get to battle each other, and yes, Padme does die by Anakin by a broken heart. That's okay. The script in this movie is pretty goofy, just to be clear, and the dialogue is kind of, it's not as bad as what the last Star Wars movie had, but it's pretty. I mean, it's not as creepy as Attack of the Clones, but it's still pretty bad. Uh, and there's a scene where Obi-Wan jumps for it, and where he goes on the side of the beach, the lava, and Anakin says, "You underestimate my power." He jumps to kill Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan gets the lightsaber and slices him in half, and his legs and arms are all over the place. He goes into lava but survives. This is the actually good Hayden Christensen role. I'm not saying he's a good actor. He's a terrible actor, but this is the only movie where he's actually half decent. And and Obi-Wan is like in tears for Anakin. He says, "You are the chosen one, Anakin. You were supposed to to defeat the dark side, not join him. You're supposed to bring balance to the Force." And that is exactly what he will do in Return of the Jedi, but we will get to that later. And Emperor Palpatine and the stormtroopers or clone troopers come to Anakin. They bring him to this uh, hospital or something, I'm not sure, and he becomes what he's known as now, Darth Vader. Anakin comes up. He stands up by the chair. He asks Emperor Palpatine, "Where's Padme?" And Emperor says, "You killed her." And Anakin said, or Darth Vader, he says, "No." And yeah, that was a pretty stupid scene. Not going to lie. And Padme, she does survive, kinda. She raises Luke and Leia, and Obi-Wan brings Luke and Leia to the. Actually, no, Leia leaves, and Luke goes to these random people who you will know in the next movie. And okay, guys, so that was my review for Revenge of the Sith. And here's the final verdict. Revenge of the Sith is finally an actual decent Star Wars movie. And prequel. Probably the best since Return of the Jedi, probably, yeah. So, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith gets a B+. Alright, guys. Be sure to check out my review for the movie that started all tomorrow, Star Wars. I'm not calling it A New Hope because it's not what it was called back in 1977 when it came out. So yeah, so that'll be tomorrow. So have you guys seen Revenge of the Sith? What did you think about it? Rate comment below and let me know. Well, sorry. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow in my Star Wars review.